So more general wargaming commentary, really vague, really off the top of my head. Looking southeast on the map for Putin's War, Reclaiming the Soviet Empire in Eastern Europe, the Modern War Magazine game by Ty Bomba. Again, I arrived at this game through Putin Moves South, which I really figured out I liked quite a bit. So over the years of videoing my wargaming, learned a lot about war games. Well, never mind about that. Yeah, just learned quite a bit about wargaming. First of all, terrain. And I'm thinking of the beginning of hex and counter war games. Must be around 1960. I'm guessing about 1960. Tactics, first edition, I believe came out in 1954. That one by Charles Roberts. Didn't have hexes though, but did have counters. So I'll say about 1960. So we have 60 years of experience with hex and counter war games, and it seems to me that we've really progressed very little in our modeling and representation of terrain. Generally, I think of terrain as being quite weak in the war games that I've explored here, and especially spending 10 years in the infantry. I mean, you live. I'll just say certainly the vast majority of my time spent in light infantry. I mean, you live or die by the terrain. So I would think that war games would be progressing in handling terrain. Anyways, terrain, doesn't matter what level, small unit tactical all the way up to this, what they call strategic level here, but really is still operational with Putin's War. But yeah, it doesn't matter what level. Generally disappointed with wargaming's treatment of terrain. Forces, I mean, a little better, I guess. This videoing I've done, I've covered miniatures, primarily hex and counter, but some area movements, some miniatures, some computer games. Miniatures can get units right slightly, I guess, easier than hex and counter, maybe. That of course depends on the scale and scope you're talking. It's easier, certainly easier to get the higher tactical and operational levels with hexes and counters and paper. Miniatures, I think, can get units well from the, I'll say lower tactical down. Okay. Combat systems, what to say really. There have been some real spectacular design breakthroughs with combat, but not a lot though. I mean, the rule of the game, so to speak, is still derivative, keeping known known mechanics going, which is fine. That's No commentary on that, just saying. But again, I would say there have been some real great breakthroughs in design, and when I say that, I guess I should clarify, I'm talking about breakthrough in the realism side, or the modeling side, or the simulation side. Not so much the fun side. That there is a gamey / fun side for sure. I'm not discounting that, but are there breakthroughs in fun? Well, there's certainly been advances in delivering fun. I will agree with that. I don't think there's anything particular to combat systems, though, there. So some other just general remarks. Some of the most detailed rules were actually miniatures rules. What was the most insane level of... I mean, the Death Ride series from Grognard Simulations definitely is up there as a contender for the most complex I've tried. Trying to remember. Just out and out detailed. Wow, I think it is Death Ride. I think that is the... I mean, I do not count Starfleet Battles because I was playing the introductory game there. Never got to OCS. I have not gotten to OCS yet. Still playing to. Oh, of course. Advanced Tobruk system. Okay, Advanced Tobruk system and Death Ride series, probably the most detailed that I covered. Fun? Well, let's talk about immersion. I'm not even talking about... Well, actually, maybe I will talk about fun. Immersion. Immersion's really important to me. Immersion has definitely... I mean, what immediately comes to mind is, of course, the Iron Cross series of games, individual man scale. Incredibly immersive. I mean, incredibly immersive. But, Tactical Combat series is immersive too, in a different way, but still very immersive. Again, back, Death Ride series, definitely immersive. Alright, fun. Actually, I learned to like and learn to have fun playing the Royalists and Roundheads series and games and related titles in that, based on that game design framework. Definitely learned it, but boy, that was painful learning that one up front. Very painful. And it would have been so easy to learn that from somebody who was an absolute veteran at the series. MBA. I'm not going to talk about immersion yet because I did not get to many of the... I think I only got through level 1 rules, maybe a few of the level 2 rules, so I didn't even touch levels 3 and 4. Well, I guess there's a lot more gaming to explore. So these have just been some really general off the top of my head comments, looking back over all the videos that have been made since the beginning.